My Chintu Pintu students from class 8th and 9th came up to me with a complaint that I make videos only for class 10th and not for them. So this video is specially for my Chintu Pintu friends who are studying in class 8th and 9th. So I have selected a lesson which is common for class 8 and 9. Today we are going to study a chapter from your chemistry textbook, that is hydrogen. Some part of this chapter, hydrogen, is there for class 8th as well as class 9th. So today we are going to concentrate on that common part. So what are we waiting for? Let's go. So here I am Praveen Sonamne. You are watching India's most reliable and relevant educational channel where you get best in class study material and video lectures. Do check the links in the description box. So this is a chapter for our students studying in ICSE board chemistry textbook, and chapter is hydrogen. The part that I am going to cover today will be for class 8 and class 9. Some part of this chapter is common for both class 8th and class 9th. So in this video lecture I am going to concentrate on that common part. I will cover this chapter in two parts. कैटरीना कार मांगे ऑल्टो जेन फरारी फिर भी क्यों मिली उसे सिल्वर ऑडी. This is a mnemonic for you all to remember the reactivity series of metals. These are all metals. K potassium, Na sodium, Ca calcium, Mg magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, Pb lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury Hg, silver Ag, and gold Au. There are certain metals like Sn, tin, and mercury Hg. These are the metals which you can ignore as of now. They are not required for this part of the chapter. What you require here is कैटरीना कार मांगे ऑल्टो जेन फरारी फिर भी क्यों मिली उसे सिल्वर ऑडी. Katrina was just asking for some simple car like Alto, Zen, Ferrari. फिर भी उसके हस्बैंड ने उसको गिफ्ट की सिल्वर ऑडी. So this is a mnemonic which you can remember so that understanding of this part of the chapter will be easy for you. Reactivity series of metal is very important to understand the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. Here we use metal. We can use any metal, and that metal will react with dilute acid. Remember, only dilute acid, not the concentrated one. And what you get is a salt plus hydrogen gas. And what our aim is to understand the laboratory preparation of a hydrogen gas. So to understand this laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas, first and foremost is that you have to understand this word reaction. How do we prepare hydrogen gas in laboratory? We have an option of potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, etc, etc, etc. Okay, Katrina car मांगे ऑल्टो जेन फरारी. So this metal will react with some dilute acid which will give you one salt plus hydrogen gas will be evolved. Easy, super easy. Let's continue. So here we have all these metals. As per the reactivity series, position of the hydrogen is here below lead, below Pb. So we can use only those metals to get hydrogen gas who are above the hydrogen in the reactivity series. So who are above the hydrogen in the reactivity series? Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, and Pb. I am sure you remember the mnemonic. Katrina car मांगे ऑल्टो जेन फरारी फिर भी. Stop at फिर भी. So these are elements above hydrogen. So all the elements above the hydrogen have a capacity to form the hydrogen gas or to displace the hydrogen gas in a chemical reaction. In the previous chapter, that is chemical reaction, already you have studied about the displacement reaction. So the reaction which we are going to learn will be a displacement reaction. I will talk about a displacement reaction in a while, but let me tell you now that out of all the metals which are available for us for the preparation of hydrogen gas, we don't use all of them to prepare hydrogen gas in a laboratory. So first two are very reactive. In a reactivity series of metal, they are placed very high. Higher the position, more reactive they are. So we avoid using potassium and sodium because they are dangerous. How they can be dangerous? They are dangerous because they react violently. They react violently with the acid, and it is very difficult for us to control that reaction. So potassium and sodium are not a good choice. We avoid them. Next two are calcium and magnesium. They are also not a good option because they are very expensive. You all know that school and we run with a tight budget, so we avoid using calcium and magnesium also because they are expensive. So a big no to first two metals in the reactivity series. Potassium and sodium are not used because they are dangerous. We try to keep ourselves safe, so we stay away from them because they can harm us. कैल्शियम एंड मैग्नीशियम वो हमारे जेब के ऊपर भारी पड़ जाता है, इट इज एक्सपेंसिव, सो वी डोंट यूज देम ऑल्सो. देन aluminium, why don't we use aluminium? Aluminium is not expensive, it does not react violently, but this aluminium has a great affinity to the oxygen. Aluminium loves oxygen, so it forms a aluminium oxide. I am sure you know how to write the molecular formula of the aluminium oxide. Valency of aluminium is 3, valency of oxygen is 2, so we crisscross, and aluminium oxide formula or a molecular formula becomes Al2O3. If you are finding it difficult to write molecular formula like this, so please go and watch my video how to study chemistry. So there I have discussed all the rules about writing the molecular formula also. That video is very important. Once you understand that part of a video, chemistry will be a smooth sailing for you all. So what happens is that when aluminium react with this dilute acid, it forms aluminium oxide. If this is your metal, so it forms a coating over a metal of aluminium oxide, and the contact of the actual aluminium is broken from the acid. This aluminium which we are reacting with acid, that is separated from the acid by this coating around it. So this is also not a good choice. Do you know the best choice for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas is zinc? We will talk about it, how this zinc is useful for preparation of hydrogen gas in a laboratory. But before that, let us discuss why don't we use iron and lead. And student, please keep in mind that all these questions can be asked in the examination. Why iron is not used? Why calcium is not used? Why potassium is not used? So whatever we are talking about, this is not a time pass. We are preparing you for your examination. Understand everything and you will get full marks in the examination. That is my assurance to you. Now let us discuss why iron is not a good option. There are two problems with the iron. Problem number one is that it requires a lot of heating. Lot of energy is wasted in heating the iron. And second problem is that this reaction with iron is the reversible reaction. You come back to the starting point. Instead of getting hydrogen gas, instead of moving forward, you come back to the starting position. It is same like when you play a ludo. जब आप लोग सांप सीढ़ी खेलते हो, snakes and ladder, आप लोग 99 तक पहुंच जाते हो और वहाँ पर एक snake होता है that eats you and you come back to the starting point or you come back down. Same thing is with the iron. Instead of going forward, that reaction comes back. You come back to the starting point. Now what is the problem with lead? So lead also have two problems. When lead react with dilute hydrochloric acid, it forms lead chloride. After crisscross, you get formula PbCl2. And when it react with sulfuric acid, it forms PbSO4, valency of Pb2SO4 so 2 cancel, no crisscross. These products are the problem and they stop the reaction. So lead is also not a good choice. Sir, okay, what is the problem with copper, silver, gold, platinum? So these are the metals below the hydrogen. Let me take an example. Suppose if I take metal like copper and react with HCl, so no reaction take place. Why no reaction takes place? Because this reaction is a displacement reaction. So copper displaces hydrogen so that you can get a hydrogen gas. But power of copper is less than hydrogen as it is situated below the hydrogen. This reactivity series of metals, as you go down and down and down and down, you will see that metals which are located below at the end, they are very less reactive. So less reactive copper does not have a power to displace the hydrogen which is above the copper. So no reaction takes place for all the metals which are below the hydrogen. Now I think I am very loud and clear with my message and my explanation. So all the metals which you have, which are available for you to be used in a laboratory preparation of a hydrogen gas, zinc is the most suited one. Why zinc is most suited one? Because all the other metals have one or the another problem, so we avoid using them. My dear students, please remember that whatever I said now, each and every point is very important. Each and every concept can be asked in a form of a question. So if you want to score maximum marks in your examination, you need to remember this. I know that when students read the textbook, the language used in a textbook and paragraph after paragraph explanation given, students find it difficult to understand and remember them. So I always give these kinds of tables and diagrams in my notes so that understanding becomes easy, and it is also easy to recall whatever you have studied from my notes. So please download my notes from my app which is called PrepWin app. You can go to a Play Store and you will find this logo. Please write the name PrepWin or simply write my name Praveen Sonavne on the Play Store. You will see this logo. Download that app and then download the notes and you can start using them. They are very easy. I will say right now they are best in the class, best in the business. Now let us try to understand the chemical reaction that takes place when you use a zinc in the laboratory preparation of the hydrogen gas. So first of all, we will write the word reaction, metal plus acid, and only dilute acid we are going to use. As far as concentration of acid is concerned, there are two types of acids, dilute acid and the concentrated acid. In your examination, there can be a question why we are using only dilute acid and not the concentrated acid. Yes, we are going to talk about that also. Just have a patience. First try to understand this chemical reaction. This will give you a salt plus hydrogen gas will be released. Gas we represent by an arrow pointing in the upward direction. So we all know the metal which we are going to use is the zinc. We have option of 3 acids in the laboratory always. We generally use one out of these 3 acids. Either we use hydrochloric acid or we use sulfuric acid or we use nitric acid. HCl H2SO4, HNO3. Again, I will like to remind you, or please go and watch my video how to study chemistry if you want to understand why this name, why this formula. In that video, I have explained you everything. Now we have option of these three acids, but again this is not suitable for us. We can use any one of these. So when I use HCl in a reactivity series, zinc is above the hydrogen, so it will knock out the hydrogen and it will form a salt ZnCl, and hydrogen will be knocked out. But hang on, this is not the correct formula. Again we have to consider the valencies. Zinc valency is 2, so by crisscross 2 goes here. Chlorine valency is 1, so generally we don't write 1. And hydrogen is a diatomic gas, so we never represent hydrogen as H. Hydrogen gas is a diatomic gas. So H2. Which are the other diatomic gases? So hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. There are 7. Please go and watch my video how to learn chemistry. There I have discussed all the basic concept. Then it will make a real sense whatever I am talking about. So this is a reaction. But now question is that, is this reaction balanced? Answer is no. So we will try to balance it. What is the order in which we balance a chemical reaction? So first we balance metals, then we balance non-metals, then we balance oxygen, and finally we balance hydrogen. This is the order in which you balance the chemical reaction. So metal is zinc. So zinc, 1 on the left side, 1 on the right hand side, already balanced. So non-metal is chlorine, so 2 on the right hand side and only 1 on the left hand side, so I put 2 here. This has affected Bajuwala, that is hydrogen. Hydrogen has become 2. Here also hydrogen is 2. So now my reaction is balanced. Now let me check what is the other option that I have. Another option I have in terms of acid is this sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So zinc will displace hydrogen gas will be knocked out, this H2 will be knocked out, and here you will have ZnSO4. For here valency is 2, zinc sulfate also valency 2, so 2 cancel, no crisscross, and hydrogen, as I told, diatomic gas, so we write H2. So what about the balancing? So this is a self-balance reaction because only position have changed. So zinc has gone here and hydrogen is knocked out here. So this is a self-balance. So special balancing is not required. Now question is, sir, why not nitric acid? What is the issue? What is the problem with the nitric acid? So my dear students, please remember that nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. So what happens is, once you get a hydrogen gas, this nitric acid is not going to stop. It will oxidize this hydrogen gas. So oxidation means what? It will add the oxygen, and instead of hydrogen you will get a water. And what we are studying, laboratory preparation of hydrogen and not water. So our purpose of getting the hydrogen gas is defeated, and instead of hydrogen, in case of nitric acid, what we get is the water. This hydrogen H2 is oxidized, means oxygen is added and you get H2O, water. This reaction can be useful, or nitric acid can be useful if you are preparing a water, which is your next chapter. So in preparation of water, maybe this dilute nitric acid is useful, but not in the preparation of the hydrogen gas. I hope you have understood this. This also is super easy. I know that if you are not able to follow these chemical reactions, or you are not able to write the molecular formula, reason is that you don't know your periodic table and the valencies properly. So please, without fail, watch my video how to study chemistry. This is the arrangement of the apparatus for preparing a hydrogen gas in a laboratory. You may ask a question, sir, why this complicated arrangement? Can't we take a test tube, add an acid and metal to it and get our product? तो आंसर इज नो. देर आर सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स in a reaction, and to overcome those problems we do this kind of arrangement. We will talk about this apparatus arrangement in a great detail, but right now let us try to understand this chemical reaction. So we know that as far as chemical reaction is concerned, we use a reaction ki metal react with acid, and that to only dilute acid and not a concentrated acid, dilute acid, to give us a salt plus hydrogen gas. So best suited metal is zinc. Why zinc? We have spoken about it in a great detail. Remember a mnemonic: Katrina, कार मांगे ऑल्टो जेन फरारी, फिर भी क्यों मिली उसे सिल्वर ऑडी. So out of all the metals which were available for us, zinc was the best suited. And out of all the acids, we have an option of 3 acids: hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. We can use only 2 out of those. We can only use the first 2. A big no to nitric acid. Why? Because this is the oxidizing agent. It will carry on this reaction, but what will happen? It will add oxygen to this hydrogen, and instead of hydrogen you will get a water. So we don't use this. Now we have already seen these 2 reactions, and we have seen balancing also. First require balancing by putting 2 here for HCl, so everything get balanced. All the elements on the left hand side and right hand side, their numbers are balanced. And for second reaction it is self balance, so no need to balance it. My dear student, please don't forget to watch the second part of this video, because we have not completed, we are not done with the laboratory preparation of the hydrogen gas. हमको इस हाइड्रोजन गैस की पूरी कुंडली पता करनी है. For that you have to watch the next part of this video. See you in the next video. For now, bye.